just for the home side? Is that when you started out the job? Was that one of the main pillars you put down? We got to win at home first.
Yeah, certainly. I think when you're playing, if you're trying to get to number one in the world, if you look at sort of history, every team that's got to number one has always been very strong at home, you know. And then when we go away, we try to win test matches, and you can't get to number one surely if you don't win at home. So the first thing you do is take care of that, and then see how you have to play when you go away from home. But certainly, we're very proud of our record here, and we hope that that continues for the next sort of 3 test matches in the summer.
Otis, growing up in Barbados in the 1970s, is this the sort of 4-prong pace attack that one day you wished you would have at your command?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's what I was raised up on, you know. And when I first got into cricket, it was similar. And if you have 4 fast bowlers, the quality of what we have here, then it would be, you know, it would be silly not to use them. Especially if we get the conditions that, like we had here in Cape Town. You know, when we go away from here and we look at conditions, and if they change, then we will make a change. But as long as the conditions are like this, then it would be silly not to play those guys. The quality that they have, the skill, the fitness levels, the way they kept coming in, and they're all very different. You know, obviously Duan is fast and aggressive. Dale Steyn is high skills, pitch the ball up. Vernon Falande is very accurate, and Rabada does a bit of everything. So. There's also a lot of variety in it as well.
Otis, will that 4 ever become 5 when Lungi split, or is that far-fetched?
That's probably a little bit far-fetched. I think we'll draw the limit at 4 if we have a sort of, certainly if we had a high quality all-rounder, and we have one in Morris. If Morris gets himself fit and firing, and he can be that all-rounder at 7 as well, then there's also that opportunity as well. So, but that's something for further on down the road. At the moment, we're just happy to have won the series. You know, that's what we set out to do. So we're just really pleased with that.
Just on that, looking at the fast bowling, are you sort of happy with the fast bowling stocks in the country in general? Sort of the depth of bowling coming through the various competitions and giving you options for the
Oh, for sure. There's plenty, you know, and Norkia made a lot of noise in the MSL. Lungi's injured. There's a young kid called Sepamla, I think his name is, and there's a few more as well. You know, since I've been here over the last 12 months, we set up what we call an elite fast bowling group. Because I've coming from the Caribbean, I also believe that fast bowling is the bedrock of most of the teams that have been dominated world cricket have always had strong fast bowling stocks, you know, and so therefore we've sort of looked at how we can sort of find out what we have with regards to fast bowling and then nurture it and then get it all together under one umbrella so we know what guys are doing. We manage workloads, we look at actions, if any actions need tweaking. We have a group of people that are looking after that, from sports scientists all the way down to trainers and stuff like that. So, and that's only going to grow and get better. And you know, cricket in South Africa, even in the 90s when I came, always been built on fast bowling. You know, so it would be silly to go away from that.
Otis, were you surprised at Mickey Ottis' comments in day 2 on the surface and period? It seems like every series on South Africa this becomes a talking point. Just your general view on.
Look, I don't comment on other people's comments. What I will say is, you know, to make a comment like that when your team has only got 4 wickets on the day and the guy scored 100 seems a little bit strange. But Mickey and I go way back to our days in Kimberley. We get on very well and stuff like that. But I guess when you're behind the 8 ball in the game like he was, you sort of want to deflect away from your team, and that's the way to do it, you know. And I probably would have said the same thing, but you know, on that day, Faf got an amazing 100, one of the best I've seen in Test cricket for a long time, and Pakistan only got 4 wickets, you know. My thing is that Test cricket over the years has always been, if you're prepared to bat long and stick it out and show some resilience and show some fighting character, then you score runs, and you earn the runs you score. You know, Yes, the wicket was a little bit uneven. I'm not going to deny that. But Faf showed that you can still bat on it. And Aaron showed that you can still bat on it. Shan Masood showed that you can still bat on it and get runs. So I don't really subscribe to the fact that it was the worst pitch you've ever seen. You know, we were in Sri Lanka not long ago, and I can tell you that they were a lot worse than this, in my opinion.
So in preparing for home conditions, is there a line? I mean, at what point can you push that too far? What does that look back when that happens?
No, I don't know. I don't know. You prepare the pitch, and by the way, I don't prepare the pitches. We only play on them. You know, but if you get pitches that suit your attack, every other country does it, and therefore we will continue to do it until the ICC says to everybody, this is a standard pitch that you prepare for Test cricket, and then everybody plays on it, and it's a level playing field for everybody. You know, but at the moment, when you go away from home, you take what you get. And we did that in Sri Lanka, and it wasn't nice, it wasn't comfortable, we lost horribly. And therefore, when we're playing at home, then I think that condition should favour us at home.
Just for the, follow up on that. Okay, thank you.
To rewind about the pitches, because someone said the other day that it's like an arms race and a race to the bottom. You know, you prepare quick, tough pitches here, it's going to spin more, it'll be more of a dust ball when you go overseas.
Yeah.
At what point does someone take the sort of the higher moral round, if you like to call it that, and say, let's prepare a pitch that gives South Africa 60-40 advantage, but isn't what we had in Johannesburg with the India series, isn't unpredictable down some days. I mean, a lot of guys got hit in this test, so I don't think it was dangerous by any means.
Yeah.
Guys got hit, didn't they?
But you know, guys have been getting hit in Test cricket for years. It's not the first time.
I know, but
Yeah.
if it's off the length, it's different, right?
Yeah. But guys still got hit off a length back then too. And they showed some character and some courage, and they stuck it out. Faf got hit, but he stuck it out, and he got 100. You know, but like I said, that again, the ICC is still the governing body for world cricket, you know. And if the ICC feels that it's one where it's leaning too heavily one side against the home team, then the ICC steps in and says, listen, this is the standard pitch that we expect across the world for Test cricket, and then we play on that, and it's a level playing field for everybody.
You guys have no feeling of going too far or pushing the boundaries. You're completely comfortable in the way you.
Absolutely, yeah. We prepare. Well, I don't prepare the pitch, but we expect home pitches to favour our team.
Just do you believe, I mean, taking off your Proteas coach cap, do you believe for the good of the game the ICC should step in and make standardised pitches? Or do you think
Only if they think it's gone too far. If they think it's gone too far, it's their decision to make. It's not, you know, that's not my decision. If they think it's gone too far, then that's a decision that they will have to take.
Do you think it's gone too far?
No, not yet.
I think KG said yesterday that maybe perhaps you and the captain weren't happy to finish the game yesterday, even though the lights seemed to be good and there was a decent crowd in. Was there a particular reason?
No, I think we would like to finish the game yesterday, but then, well, if Vern hadn't bowled at no ball, then probably we would have come out and batted because we would have had more time. You know, like at the time when the wicket fell, we only had about 5 overs, and we didn't feel that it was worth the risk to try and come out and bat for 5 overs. So therefore we said, you know, and don't forget Test matches is normally 5 days as well. So we have no issues at all with coming back today and securing the win.
And is Hashimullah fine? Was he just taken off the
Yeah, he's all right. He's just in the list of batsmen that got hit in the game. He's okay. He's fine. He's going to be okay.
What's the messaging going to be to the team? How important is it for you to be clinical in the final test?
You know, last year we had a sort of a mission within the team to try and win 3-0 against India. We felt if we did that, we could probably get to number 1. When we got to Joburg, we'd won the series, we changed the team, and then we lost that Test match. So we're aware of that, and we also have a mission to win not just these 3 Test matches, but the next 2 we play against Sri Lanka as well. And we'll make sure that we perhaps make a better decision than we did last year.
Yes, good.
Otis, it has been, putting aside whether the pitches are good or bad, and that, I mean, it's undeniably been really difficult for batsmen recently in South Africa. At the back of your mind, though, are you like happy that with the World Cup coming back, maybe coming up, it's actually getting the batsmen into a space where they have to be really mentally strong?
I think our batsmen have shown a lot of mental strength in the over the last 12 months. As tough as it has been for batting, Aidan Markram got 200s, I think, last year. Faf got one, Dean got one. So we scored hundreds, but we scored tough hundreds, and that's what Test cricket always has been. If you get 100, it's you work your socks off to get it, and then you really deserve that 100, and we've really worked hard at that. The way we play is very similar to how we practice. We put ourselves under pressure in practice because we know what it's going to be like in the middle. We know what the conditions are going to be like. And if they're tough for us, then clearly they're going to be tough for the opposition as well. But like I said, we don't think too much about the World Cup when we're playing Test cricket. Test cricket, we'll only start talking about Test cricket when we get together as a white ball group. There's quite a few people in this squad that are not involved in our white ball stuff. So the two, we try not to link the two at all.
Coach, someone like Dennis de Bruyn's had a tough start to the series, and obviously for a young man making his name in the game, it's a bit disheartening. So your messaging to him this week in the build-up to the 30th, and just your views on him as a player.
I think he's a fantastic player, and he's shown in Sri Lanka in those tough conditions. He's shown what type of player he is, and he's had a couple of he's had a couple of failures, but I can tell you when I saw him just now in the dressing room, he's not disheartened. He knows that that's the nature of the game we play. You're not going to score runs all the time, and he's fine. He's going to be okay.
So I was seeing that the pitches obviously are going to be prepared all around the world for specific conditions. How do we as a South African team prepare ourselves ultimately for those conditions? Obviously we can't prepare the same pitches here, but how do you prepare with them so that you don't go into the dark when you go into?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. It's a sort of million-dollar question, if you like, because we gave ourselves, I think Sri Lanka, we gave ourselves from when I got here, what was organized before I got here to what we ended up doing, about 4 or 5 more days on the ground in Sri Lanka, and that still wasn't enough. With schedules the way they are and so on, I think if we're going to go to India, we need to go perhaps give ourselves more time on the ground in India and play more first-class games, so that guys can acclimatize and get used to the conditions more. And that's really the only thing you can do. Get over there a lot earlier, get over there a lot sooner, and get playing on those pitches. Having said that, we played in Sri Lanka. The practice game we played was on the flattest wicket you've ever seen that didn't spin. So they still prepare pitches. They still, they still know how to give you some preparation, but not necessarily the preparation that you will get in the test matches.
So does that obviously make it very important for those spin bowling camps and stuff that the younger batsmen go on?
Absolutely, and we do that. We will still be running spin bowling camps for batters and for spin bowlers to go over to India and get some sort of familiarity with the conditions over there, But at the end of the day, we still have to go out and play and play well.
But it's just away from this. Fox spoke about the ball not swinging anymore in Australia after a certain amount of overs. Have you taken note of some of the things like that?
No, not really. I just think, like I said before, the variety of our attack. We got guys that if it's swinging, Dale can swing it. Vernon. In Australia? No. Australia, the game's on way too early for me. I'm still sleeping then.
So just going back to tennis, obviously, coming off 100 not long ago, but in this test, getting out to 2 shots, which some people would consider giving you a wicket away, really. But you said quite clearly that you're an attacking coach. You like positive play.
Yeah.
How do you sort of consider those shots, and not necessarily speaking about tennis, but for batsmen in general?
you know, when we set out the team and we give guys the opportunity to go out and play and get runs however they feel that is best for them to get runs in the conditions, you know. And if Tinas feels that the best way for him to get runs is to be positive and aggressive and play shots, then that's fine. You know, his thing then would be to make sure that he executes properly, you know. And I think you'd still rather get out trying to be positive than trying to defend or survive and get out. Then you wouldn't. The feeling probably wouldn't be the same.
Ottis, you haven't had much time with Dale Steyn during your time as coach. How do you see Dale's future in the Test team over the next however long it is? Do you have expectations from him, or do you just let Dale Steyn play? I asked the same question to Bob. How do you guys see that last part of Dale's career?
I think, look, certainly he's enjoying his cricket, and as you can see, he's back to his absolute best. He's 35, 36. He's steaming in, bowling 90 miles an hour with a smile on his face. The Dale Steyn angry eyes are back again, you know. And he's enjoying his cricket. He's enjoying the environment, you know. And he will. What I've always said to players when it comes to the back end of their career, I like players to almost design their own exit in a way, you know. So sit and think to yourself, you know, how do I want to leave the game, and then communicate that to myself and CSA, I would imagine, so that we can manage it properly. The one thing you don't want is for a player of his quality to move on, go on too long, or feel like he's left the game too early. You don't want to be dropping a player of that caliber. And I'm quite sure that as long as he's performing the way that he is, then if he feels that he's got 2 more years left in him, he looks after himself very well. If he feels that he's got 2 more years in him, then so be it. You know, when he broke the record last year, you know, we get on very well now, and I went to him and I said, I think your next 100, because I can see the hunger in his eyes, I think your next 100 wickets will come a lot quicker than your last 100, you know, because the last 100, with all the injuries that he's had for the years that he's missed out of the game, took a long time. You know, I think his next 100 wickets will come a lot quicker, as you can see from how he's performing on the field. All right.